everybody.
Hello.
Amber and Carla out here in Springdale Cemetery. This one's going to be a little more casual because we're going to explore some of the natural and communing with nature features of Springdale Cemetery. As you can hear right now, we've got a lawnmower coming this way. So I think we're going to take a hike and we're going to go, let's swing this around the correct way. We're going to take a hike.
We're going to go that way.
We're currently in the Valley of Devotion and we're going to end up somewhere around South Bluff. So see you in a few. Okay, so we survived that.
We made it to the top.
It is a little bit of a...
It's a little steep.
It's a little steep and the concrete path is not the best.
It's a little slippery.
It is doable, but don't play around on it. It's not for running around. Don't plan to do any parkour through there. Just take it safely.
We're both wearing hiking shoes. We have some hiking sticks to help us.
Keep the spiders away.
Yes, we did not encounter any spider webs today.
Hi, we're out here right now at Springdale Cemetery and we are standing on the Black Bridge at Springdale Cemetery, which is down by the former entrance, which you can kind of see behind me here. And what we're seeing with this bridge is we're standing over one of the many waterways in Springdale Cemetery. Now, Springdale has this little creek, brook, whatever waterway
stream
you want to call it, and it actually goes all the way through Middle Valley and up through the cemetery to the White Bridge and beyond. It actually goes about as far as the original north point of the cemetery. On a good day when there's been a lot of rainfall, it's not a fun day to be in the cemetery because muddy, but there is a lot of running water through here, and you can see just a lot of natural fauna and flora just going through here. In fact, just a few seconds ago, we saw a couple of loose dogs. Startled us. It was great. Currently, we are standing at the White Bridge in Springdale Cemetery. If you were to go past me this way, you would be by the Leitner Memorial. And if you go that way, we have the Alois Dots and Whispering Woods sections of the cemetery. You can hear a lot of noise coming around us because Springdale does a lot to keep up the care of Springdale. They've got all kinds of equipment. We've got gators coming through. We've got riding lawnmowers. So they are still doing a lot of active work to keep this place clean and neat for people to walk through safely.
I also want to point out, Amber, we're very close to E.S. Wilcox. Erastus Wilcox, the father of public libraries, is just right around the corner from the White Bridge.
Right now, we're standing across from the Glen section of the cemetery, and you notice a marker behind us. This marker is actually for a spot on the Rock Island Greenway. So if you're into doing nature walks or walking outside, I did a lot of this last year during the pandemic. This is a marker marking the 4-mile spot of the Rock Island Greenway. And if you walk directly south. But if you walk down towards the White Bridge from this marker and go all the way to the end of the cemetery, which is fairly flat and it's paved, you get all the way to the end of the cemetery and you reach the 3.5-mile marker, which means you would walk a whole mile going from this marker to the end of the cemetery and back. So if you're new to fitness or you're just looking for a short outdoor walk, this is a great place to walk through and have it be safe and flat and very comfortable walk.
One of maybe the lesser known features of Springdale Cemetery is the savanna. And a savanna is, as the sign says, a transition between prairie and forest. So you'll see tall prairie plants, but also trees. This is natural. It was not planted. They just left it as it was. And there's a sign over here that describes how it's part of an over 10,000-year-old ecosystem natural ecosystem here in Springdale Cemetery. There are a couple of grave sites in the savanna and on the other side of the savanna, and we'll show you those as well. In this part of the savanna, I found a really nice stand of milkweed. This is just common milkweed. The flowers are kind of done, but when they're in full bloom, they're a pretty pinkish purple color. There's a little bit of insect activity that's happened on these leaves. Some of them are chewed a little bit. Milkweed is like the only food source for the monarch caterpillar. The monarch is the Illinois state insect. Fun fact. Monarchs are very important, they're very beautiful, and one of the easiest things you can do to help monarchs is to let milkweed grow in your yard.
I'm standing in the middle of the savanna, and I'm at the Elmira and Cole family plot. It's one of two major family plots that's in the Savanna area. But as you can see, there's a gigantic circle and lots of headstones in here. It has been used among smaller groups for videos. I want to say that the Way Down Wanderers did a video out here. Unfortunately, this kind of gets called a witch's circle from now and then. It is not a witch's circle, and it should not be used for such purposes. Simply a circular family gravestone area.
So I'm near the center of the savanna where this circle of grave sites is, and this is another path that heads off towards Fairview Lawn. The path that we came in off of takes you to the North Bluff. And then there's another path behind the center part that takes you back to the Baldwin Monument. It doesn't go to another part of the cemetery, so you will have to backtrack a little bit. But it's kind of neat over there. You can see into the forest. You can go see some forest flowers. So this is just a reminder that it's a beautiful place, but you should still treat it with respect because you are still in a cemetery. Stay on the mowed paths. Don't go walking through the savanna itself. We've heard a little bit of wildlife in the tall grass. You never know who's living in there. Nesting birds can, if they're ground nesting, they can be in the tall grass. You may interrupt a deer or a fawn or somebody. And also we want to protect the plants that are in this tall grass as well, because like I said, this is a really old ecosystem, very old plants, and so we want to protect it and keep it nice for future generations.